is author and the wife of legendary American business giant Jack Welch. And she says the answer to any life-changing, monumental decision starts with how you'll feel about it in 10 minutes from now. Please welcome the author of 10-10-10, Suzy Welch. Hey, Suzy. Okay, now in your book, you've come up with this process called 10-10-10 that you think are going to help people make important decisions. So what is 10-10-10?
10-10-10 is a way of making decisions that I have seen change people's lives, change my life, and it's changed the lives of hundreds of people at this point. What you do is you take a look at your very deeply held values, your authentic values. Then you think about the consequences of your decisions in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years. You bring your values together with those list of consequences for better or for worse, and your 10-10-10 solution pops.
Okay. Let's put it to something, because people may, Suzy Welch is married to Jack Welch. A lot of people know Jack Welch. A lot of people know Suzy Welch. You read a column together and so forth. He was the former CEO of General Electric, a brilliant man. You met and fell in love when you came to interview him. You were the head of what, the Harvard
Business Review?
I mean, this was quite a couple. When it happened, it caused the biggest scandal. Well, okay, you fell in love, you're together, everything's great. Did you use 10-10-10 then?
I failed 10-10-10 then. I had been using it at that point for around 10 years, very, very effectively. And I always say to people, 10-10-10 didn't fail me then, I failed it. I just let events overwhelm me. But what I learned was that you can take 10-10-10, even in these gigantic messes, and you can use it then. It's not for just the small decisions. It can be used in really monumental decisions with equal effectiveness.
Even right now, I mean, because right now, given the economic climate, I mean, people are just really trying to get through maybe the first 10 minutes, you know, maybe the next 10 days. So it might be a little harder to think 10 years out. Like, what advice do you have for them right now?
That 10 years out is not what life is going to be, it's what I want my life to be.
Okay.
And so you've got to keep these three time frames in mind, or else you just start making decisions based on gut and guilt and expedience and fear, and you get paralyzed.
Malcolm Gladwell is big on gut. You're against gut reaction?
You know, I'm not against gut. I don't think gut's a way to live. I don't think gut is a way. Would you say to your kid, hey, go make that decision on gut? Or would you say to somebody who worked for you, make your decision based on gut? Gut's got its limitations. It's not a way to build a transparent life or a life that you're creating yourself. It's just too much
combination.
You've got to use both.
Okay, now you said that you have a moment you described in your book where you used 10-10-10 when you were on a family outing with Jack. So what happened with that 10-10-10?
This is a great bubblegum incident, as we refer to it in the family. And Jack and I were just beginning to go out. I had 4 children. I had been divorced for a couple of years. They liked me alone. They liked just mommy. Here comes this man, and not just any man, but a man who's got sort of a large presence. And the kids started to really act up in the car. So he couldn't take another minute of it. We pull over to a gas station. He goes out to get some great bubble gum, and I turn around in what the kids call my exorcist moment, and I just let loose. And I said, you know, in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years, you have to have a happy mother who's in a solid marriage, and you're not going to undermine it. These are the new rules. And they got it. They got it. Now, at the time,
them right there.
Well, they were in shock, you know, because my head was spinning around and around.
Hey, whatever works, right? How did this actually come to be? Like, why the 10-10-10? Where were you when you came up with the idea? When did it first?
The way it came to me was I was at a very dark place. I was in a very rocky marriage. I was at the time an editor at the Harvard Business Review. Got invited to give a speech in Hawaii. Oh, big deal. Ooh, somebody wanted to hear what I have to say. What? I can't leave my 4 kids at home. Let me bring 2 of them. I mean, demented. I bring 2 kids on a junket with me, and I go to give my big speech. I warehouse the children in a hula dancing class, okay?
Sure.
All right? And as I'm up there giving my big speech, I look in the back of the room, and there's these 2 little bodies in hula skirts pressed up against the glass. They'd made a jailbreak, basically. And they came to hunt me down. And they burst in, and as they're running towards me, and I am seeing my life and my career flash in front of my eyes, I thought, something has to change. I'm rock bottom. And that night, in desperation, I came up with the idea.
That's when the good ideas come. That's your desperation.
So during Jeffrey's tantrums, I'm gonna be trying that 10-10-10.
Don't let your head spin all the way around.
I'll tell you how it works. Thank you so much. You know, everybody in the audience is getting a copy of 10-10-10. We'll be right back.